Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show again. I know it's been off and on lately on the weekends when I say I'm going to stream and stuff like that. Usually, I was originally having a set schedule for Saturdays and whatnot at noon. So, like I said, just dealing with some health stuff right now. I mean, not anything terrible, whatnot, just some nagging injuries I'm taking care of, whatnot. Just got an MRI back on my right hand, on my right shoulder, and yeah, so it's got a tear in there and disformation. So, this stuff I'm taking care of. But anyway, just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. Just getting on the Saturday stream really quick and talking about some gaming news and stuff. We know that Microsoft announced their June showcase with Gears of War E-Day Direct right after, and they usually do about dive in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes ish of the game, whatnot, show you some stuff, release date and all that, pre-orders and everything. I think the showcase with Project Helix being announced uh, back in March as well. I could see them doing like a kind of like a little bit of teasing of some of the tech in there. I know we know it's going to be 48 gigs of RAM and built into the system, and they're putting in next gen multi-frame generation, support for DLSS 5 and higher, FSR 4 and higher, obviously next gen processor, solid state drives, things like that, HDMI 2.2 and higher ports, obviously for all 4K to 24K displays and monitors when we start seeing on the market 16 24Ks here in the coming years or whatnot. Some places might have them already, depending on like if they're like just because I know they're kind of rare and stuff. But what was it? And I know like native ray tracing and path tracing. Just they were talking about those things back at GDC and whatnot. About back in I want to say March. Yeah, I think it was March as well at GDC. But exciting times. I can imagine them talking about um, some um, some of the Xbox Elite Series 3 stuff like that. And yeah, a lot of stuff to get excited for. Really cool stuff. Um, we're this year's showcase. We know Gears E Day is going to be there. Obviously, Modern Warfare 4, the first trailer for that will be there because that's the launch Call of Duty launch game this year. Um, and we know that we'll see State of Decay 3 there. I did sign up for the play alpha to play test that I believe a lot of us are going to get into starting next month. Some people got in this month, but they're getting people in there start next month until the full till I believe until the launch whatever of the game. I can imagine just constantly updating and stuff and giving us like a certain amount of the gameplay and stuff. Mostly probably like the online properties and stuff like that of it. We'll see. Um, really excited for that. We know we'll probably see a little bit more, another trailer for Fable, that's launching this year. We're celebrating 25 years of Halo and Xbox, so we know campaign involved could very well shadow drop that day of, or come out no later than July is what it sounds like as well. So June or July, either way, we're getting that. 20 years of Gears of War, obviously, like I just said a minute ago, Gears of War E-Day will be shown off in its big showcase directly after the showcase. So you'll have 90 minutes of the Xbox showcase, and and then right after that, another 35 or so minutes of Gears of War E-Day, like they did with previous titles in the past, like Starfield, things like that and whatnot. So, and then like the other one, yeah, I think it was yeah, Starfield and a couple of ones they did before. And then obviously, I think we're going to see Blade. I think we're going to see more of OD. I think we're going to see Project Mara from Ninja Theory as well. Um, could very well see a return to of a Killer Instinct game. I know if you remember, there's a couple tweets or not tweets. I go on Threads and stuff, but it's probably on Twitter and Threads and all the platforms that Ed Boon and the other Realm Studios were teasing something. Um, for years they've been teasing a lot of stuff, like Ed Boon and when Phil Spencer was the head of Xbox CEO before Phil Spencer ended up retiring this year. He's still there with Asha Sharma with the transitional phase and whatnot. And Asha's been doing a awesome, amazing job so far, and just returning that true to form of Xbox and whatnot. And then some so really awesome stuff that she's doing there as she's transitioning into the position and whatnot. But there was like another little social media thing teasing like how should Xbox bring Killer Instinct back? So I think we're going to see something really big this year about that one. Um, could very well see Wolfenstein 3 finally revealed and stuff. So a lot of stuff coming up, man. Clockwork Revolution having give us a release date and maybe a new gameplay trailer as well. A lot of games coming out this year for Xbox as they do every year and stuff. So really cool stuff. And you see in the background there, this is from this season, uh, s- uh the newest season right now of Diablo 4, which is actually coming to a close because it was a shorter season. It was about 6 weeks of a season and whatnot this year, and that's coming to a close on the 28th of this month because we're getting the next massive expansion for the campaign, which is Lord of Hatred, and it's going to open up uh, the two new the two new classes of Paladin. So people have already been playing Paladin with the pre-order of Lord of Hatred a couple months back or so. And there was a free trial recently during this early in the start of this season right here, season 12 and whatnot, which is to become the Butcher season, which is pretty fun. A lot of bloody items and stuff like that, and mythic bloody items and stuff. You saw I got a couple. But this one you see one mythic unique, but I actually have two of the bloody mythic uniques. Well, not one bloody mythic unique, and then a regular one and stuff I've been playing with it lately. So just taking around with that, not getting too much into depth. I'm at like Paragon 247, but I'm really gonna get this is just kind of messing around with this one, but really gonna get hands on into when the next season drops. And I've been playing Spiritborn since season 6, I believe, when Spiritborn was revealed or something like that, give or take. But finally going to put the Spiritborn character to the side, and I'm definitely going to pick up Warlock and have fun with that character because that's the other new class as well that looks just beastly and badass and stuff. And they have a whole new biome opening up as well on the map as well, which is nice. And obviously they do in season during seasonal events and stuff like that as well. Mother's blessings and XP and all that stuff like that. So really to put grinding out in Diablo 4. I love playing it, and whatnot. Um, and then let's see. I did play a little bit of the Kiln beta, which I believe today is the last day for that. And then obviously because the launch is the 23rd of this month, they did Game Pass from Double Fine Studios, the creators of Psychonauts and Brutal Legend and things like that. So they're gonna and that was it. Yeah, the Day of the Tentacle they did as well, one of the early games. But yeah, obviously they're working on the Psychonauts 3 game, so that could be very well another reveal for Double Fine since they got their new IP launching. It's a fun party type of game, which is awesome. So a lot of people who like to do the social party type games and streaming and whatnot on your Twitch channel and YouTube and all that stuff are gonna have a field day with that, which is awesome. So I can see them revealing just like when that's 3 though this year at the June Showcase 2, possibly we'll see. Um, Probably get updates on games like what's going on, what's the next big major update for like Minecraft and Sea of Thieves, things like that, briefly and whatnot. But really excited for a lot of surprises. I haven't even touched a tip of the spear what they're could be launching this year. I mean, obviously they'll have some ID Xbox games as well coming up this year and launching announcing stuff releases for next year. Third-party partner games that are coming this year, day and Game Pass, and next games for coming to the platform next year as well. With a lot of their partners from like Sega, Capcom, and others and stuff like that. Take Two, Embracer Group, other studios and stuff like that as well. Square Enix, maybe from software, throw some stuff out there, maybe a new game or something. We'll see. But really exciting times and whatnot. So for gaming industry and whatnot, so much coming out, and obviously who knows, we might even see the new controller that's coming with the new devices of the Project Helix there coming up and whatnot. Um, I know dev kits go out to developers early 2027. Microsoft obviously first party studios already have this machine in there that they've been developing games for and stuff and whatnot and optimizing them. Games that are already out there, generation games and whatnot, and then next generation games that are coming out that'll launch with the system, obviously. So it could be very well launched later next in this holiday season, so second half sometime of next year. I wouldn't be surprised about that. And then you have other parties of their first party PC devices and stuff like that as well. Like MSI could come out with their own version of it. The Project Helix, same thing with Lenovo, Asus, HP. We'll see. So I mean, really exciting times, whatnot. They obviously been updating a lot of stuff in the Xbox app. I've been playing around with my PC and stuff. Love it. Um, and the Project Helix is going to play both Xbox and PC games, obviously. So that's amazing. And I guess like it's Xbox PC hybrid. That's what we expect. So um, the rumor is still. I mean, I know they just used the rumor. It should be there'll be some modular components to it, so we can upgrade the RAM and the solid state drive. So we'll see what that looks like when they're ready to talk about that too. So really awesome stuff though. But yeah, just been on the ground with Diablo 4, playing, tinkering around, and get back on the first person shooter stuff with some Halo Infinite and some Call of Duty Black Ops 7 a little bit here and there. And weather's starting to get nicer out, so I'm trying to, I like to get out and get some fresh air. Obviously, not be glued too much to the screen and stuff like that. If it's when the weather's nice and everything, and just go out, enjoy the weather, and then come home and then just kind of hop on a game or watch a movie or TV or something like that. Relax and whatnot, like everybody does and whatnot. So I'm hoping this at the showcase as well. I mean, all the games I just mentioned a little bit here and there. I definitely know we're going to see some surprises. Who knows? Maybe we really, Ninja Theory might do a double win. Maybe we'll see some gameplay for Project Mara, and maybe we'll. I know that they're working on. They already said that they're going to be starting to work on. They started hiring for Hellblade 3, which maybe we'll hear something like that, or maybe just a splash screen teaser type of deal, like saying that game's in the works and whatnot. So we'll probably see that as a 20, maybe 20, early 2028 launch, or who knows? Maybe they're further along than we know. Only Microsoft knows what they're doing. Like I always tell people, if you work with Microsoft, you know what's up. So if you don't, then you're with the rest of us, and we're just excited to hear about turning in new IP and tons of other new surprises and stuff like that. So and I know that there was Codename Insight project they were working on too. I don't know if that was just like a dev thing or a tool set type of thing or something like that. We'll see. But I know they're working on Hellblade 3. That's probably in early production still. But I know Project Mars has been in development, probably in post production, if not getting a nice little polish right now and ready to announce a launch window. I don't I can see that coming either this year or I wouldn't be surprised if they pushed it to early 2027 as well. So we'll see. Just to because there's a lot of games coming out from Microsoft first party this year as well. So and they like to give their developers plenty of time to put the games together and polish and all stuff like that, and and then when they're ready, they're ready. So, but really excited to see what Marvel's Blade looks like because I know Arcane Leon, amazing job. I mean, you go back to playing Dishonored, all the Dishonored games and stuff, and they still hold up very well, and then some against the current newest games and IPs out there, which is awesome. So, can't wait to see what Blade looks like. Can't wait to see what State of Decay 3 looks like and feels like when I get to play it in the alpha playtest next month as well. And then obviously in the showcase, they'll show more about that and whatnot. Um, but really excited to see if we get a Wolfenstein 3. And I know that I know what other thing they're going to probably announce too, because is the Doom, the Dark Ages massive expansion. That's the size of the scale of the main game itself, which is going to exciting to see what they're going to do with that and other new features they got there planned for that game. So they'll probably show that off as well at the June showcase. And that could very well be released like at that same day. Like I expected maybe a couple or few shadow drops that day. I think we get the Halo Champion Evolved shadow drop that day. We'll see. I think we get what was the other one I just said? Oh yeah, Killer Instinct would be a big surprise. Shadow drop there. Some people are saying with Gears of War E-Day having its own direct and stuff like that, they could very well do the remastered of 2 and 3. We'll see in the shadow drop at that day, so we'll see there. Um, I think the third shadow drop that we can get is, like I said, it could be a surprise. That could be a multiple one, so we'll see. But really exciting time this time of year. Everybody's wrapping up their summer showcases and their portfolios and stuff like that for the shows, and they got the Xbox Fan Fest back in full fledged and then some as well in multiple cities and throughout the U.S. and overseas and Europe and UK and whatnot, which is awesome. So really awesome things to just check it out and stuff like that. Um, and I believe they do have, they announced a Mass Effect. One of the other countries they announced was I think it's New Zealand. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, I think it's New Zealand. They're doing it either New Zealand or Australia. One of those two. They have a fan fest out in those parts as well. So it's a world global, event like I think 10 major cities throughout the globe and stuff like that. Multiple ones obviously here in the United States, that being LA, and then one in New York and whatnot. And then they're doing everything else internationally and whatnot as well. So really cool stuff. Spreading that global brand name across the board and whatnot, which is good for marketing and everything. So, um, but yeah, what else? Let's see here. Um, Probably now they'll probably have like some. Obviously, they'll have like a montage for Game Pass, new games coming out out to there and whatnot. So we'll see what that is. Like a little quick snippet or something like that. In between the game reveals and stuff like that. What's coming to Game Pass or like some surprises that coming to Game Pass that day of as well. And they're gonna have like they have a showcase on a Sunday, and then throughout that whole week of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and stuff like that. Those first 3 days, and then so on. And then even sometimes some surprises on like in some whatnot on the PC showcase that usually happens later in the week and whatnot at the summer showcase there in LA. They could show some extra additional stuff and content and whatnot, and go over a couple of the other quick trailers that they did. They already showed it that Sunday and whatnot as well. So um, a lot of cool stuff coming up. Let's see. And I know like they'll reveal about one Call of Duty about Modern Warfare 4 with a Holding engine. They built this one with a Holding engine. This is going to be a current generation and next generation only. So it's leaving obviously Xbox One and PS4 behind as it should because technology is meant to be evolving and not work on older devices that can't handle those graphical updates and stuff like that. That's just technology in general, as we all know. So I think they'll show the trailer off of that, and they'll say, obviously beta news and multiplayer reveal at the Call of Duty Next event that is usually later in the summer or whatnot. Then they do like a little something in July, and then they do a whole full thing in September usually whatnot right before launch and stuff. So really cool stuff to see there. But Forza Horizon 6 coming out next month. I'm excited about that. Definitely gonna I got that pre-installed on my PC. Definitely playing the hell out of that. I saw the gameplay reveals of some people with their first hour and then with some gameplay trailers from the developers themselves, and then some content creators that got the hands on with it and stuff. And but Playground Games, man, they're always cooking and stuff. And they got two major big IPs out this year: Forza Horizon 6, which is coming out May 15th for early access. May 19th, I think, is the actual launch date. I stand correct if I got the May 19th thing wrong, but I think it's May 19th is a global launch for it, but I think early access for like the, $70, $80 or whatever, deluxe edition and whatnot, you get 5 days, 4 or 5 days early access and whatnot, but it's a day and date Game Pass obviously as well. Um, and let's see, and then they got Fable coming out this later on this year for this, I would say probably September, October-ish, I would imagine. Um, excuse me, when that one launches. So, um, yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming up, man. I'm really excited. And they got, like I said, they got tons of new IP that we don't even know about. They're going to show off at the June showcase that we're going to be excited for as well. There's that new IP that Activision's been working on. They already confirmed they're working on a prototype 3, so we could see that trailer there for the prototype getting rebooted and whatnot, which is awesome. Very excited for that game as well. And they created a new studio um, within Activision as well that's working on a new big third person narrative driven game that's not Call of Duty, which is awesome. So that could be shown off as well here at the June showcase. So a lot of stuff to get excited for. So, but yeah. So outside of that, and then what else was there? Let's see, trying to think. A lot of different news. I didn't take too many notes and stuff, but let's see. Yeah, I think that just briefly covers a lot what we've for the showcase side of things and whatnot. And then like I said, launches this month. We got Kiln coming out on the 23rd, and then on the 30th this month we have they just had the open beta for Xbox Series X and Series S and PS5 and PS5 Pro for consoles and stuff, not PCs. But they just had the open beta for Invisible Versus. So that's launching on Game Pass day and date on the 30th of this month. And then, like I said, next month we're anticipating the biggest launch in May is going to be Forza Horizon 6. So a lot of cool stuff going on. And then we got the June showcase with a lot of big announcements and stuff like that for the remainder of this year. What we're getting for launches, and obviously showing what we got, what to expect in 2027, and with new hardware coming as well. I really think they're going to do the Elite Series 3 showcase, reveal and stuff like that as well. The showcase, we could see that, which would be awesome to do. I love the Elite Series controller. I love the Scuff gaming controllers for professional controllers, and I know people like been using like a lot of the Game Sirs and Turtle Beaches as well. So there's so many different controllers of like for the Xbox and PC platform, the cloud gaming, whatnot. So really cool stuff. Um, but yeah, just really excited for all that stuff. So but yeah, so but to close it off, I'm gonna say definitely yeah, I gotta get back on track of like just doing these podcasts um on a steady more permanent steady schedule when I start getting my lower back injection. Was I got my second lower back procedure coming up next week and stuff for them to get that going and stuff, and then whenever the orthopedics get a hold of me for my right shoulder, get that taken care of. But once those things are taken care of and whatnot, I'm just gonna you know focus on getting back and get back to the gym eventually. Rehabilitation, whatnot. Just uh, doing my stretches and things like that. Getting ready to get myself back in the gym again and whatnot. Get back into shape and excited for that. Very excited for that. That's why everything's finally coming together and whatnot as I want to and stuff. So I can get back to focusing on this, get back to the gym, focus on this as well. And, obviously my regular work outside of this and everything like that too. So really cool stuff though. But I definitely want to need to get back on the cadence and schedule. So I apologize. It's kind of all over the place. And then some of my friends that are on my channel that are subscribers to my channel, they say, yeah, hey, you streaming and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, I put videos up and I repost a lot of what Microsoft like trailers and new stuff and gameplay stuff that Microsoft's announced as well and stuff like that. So it's been doing a little bit as you notice and whatnot for the repost and doing some shorts here and there. But I'm gonna get back on the full cadence and start doing more things. This summer for sure, moving forward, and just keep that steady schedule and all that stuff for you guys, friends of the channel, stuff like that, and for any new subscribers that you guys get over here as well. So I really appreciate um, all the subscribers. I got 17 subscribers, and that's it takes time to grow a channel, but you know, uh, busy with the, everyday stuff, working and everything like that, and, running errands and stuff like that. Definitely want to take time to this because this is a passion of mine to do the podcast and talk about gaming and technology. I know I talk about gaming today and stuff. I talk about other tech, Microsoft tech stuff, but we got Microsoft Build coming up here in June as well, I believe it is, and they're going to be talking about new next gen software tools and things like that, new Windows features, and maybe even tease what Windows 12 or whatever they're going to call that one is going to look like, and when that starts going to insiders and beta testing and stuff. And I believe I can definitely see the new Windows launching in no later than 2028. I would imagine, maybe sooner. We'll see. We'll find out how that build. Always excited for the new tool sets and new software and services and stuff and cybersecurity and .NET and everything and Visual Studio updates and things like that they do for like video editing and everything like that. Because I tinker around with all that stuff and obviously what they're doing with next gen AIs as they continue to grow that AI platform and stuff as well in the cloud technology and all that. So and they'll definitely be talking about gaming and stuff like that, the tool sets and developer updates and like that for gaming, game developers and stuff like that. What they can expect for the next generation of what gaming's going to be doing and stuff like that. So especially also in the handheld and cloud mobility areas like that. So really cool stuff though. But a lot to get excited for in the tech world. But yeah, that will be it for today. But thank you guys for watching and tuning in. And like I said, I will push to be on a more steady schedule starting this summer moving forward. I might be doing a stream next. Yeah, I think I'll do a stream next Saturday. Obviously next Saturday, you know, uh, a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I'll probably be watching it too myself. as an old school wrestling guy fan and watching WrestleMania and stuff like that. So check that. I'll check that out both next weekend, next Saturday and Sunday. So I'll do early stream like I did here next Saturday a little bit and cover any news that we get this coming up week and whatnot, or the next week and stuff in the gaming and tech industry. So again, thank you guys for watching and God bless and get outdoors and start enjoying that spring weather and stuff. So thank you guys and God bless.